Yeah. Welcome back to another episode of Education for the Soul. Your host, E. Shills, along with my two lovely co-hosts.
Flower Child. Hey, y'all.
It's me, Floyd. What up?
And we back with another week, man. Just thinking about different things. A lot of different things been going on. We kind of spoke on a 5-year foreign interview where it was like, I don't know the details of it. Maybe you can explain it better, but he kind of felt like he got burnt for some money out of his contract.
Yeah, just to go back and kind of retouch on what we talked about in the last episode, 5-year foreign, he's pretty well known. Most of y'all out there might understand who 5-year is. But whatever the case, he touched some money, he ended up signing a contract with Mace. And in that contract, he ended up getting burnt because he should have touched a lot more money. He got a $5,000 front, paid him up front, gave him that bread. And then, in regards to how much he got paid total on the contract, he didn't make nearly as much as his music's been putting out and what it's been producing. So this kind of tied back into what we talked about, where we was like, these kids out here, they don't really care about trying to get money the legal way or the patient way. They want to do everything fast. They want to go and be in sports.
Yeah.
They want to go be in entertainment, which is understandable, but you still need certain skills, like being able to read, and that's the skill that Fabio missed out on when it came to that contract, being able to read, because if he was as skilled as a rapper as he was as a reader, he'd have took the time and read through and realized he was about to get burnt.
All right, hold on. I'm going to cut him a little bit of slack. What I will say is that I think he might have fell for the sugar. He might have not have understood the nutrients that was in there in front of him, but he kind of fell for the sugar. A lot of us do.
Elaborate on that. What you mean by fell for the sugar?
All right. Sugar tastes good. Sugar's right there. Sugar has bright colors. Sugar is appealing. Sugar is in a lot of things. Sugar ain't good for you. Too much of it ain't good. And I feel like we go for the short, easy, sweet things in life because it's so easy and it's right there and it tastes so good in the moment. It gives us that automatic euphoria. But in the long run, it ain't good. I mean, the nutrients suck. Broccoli, the vegetables and all that, but that's what's really good for you. I mean, we want to eat that last.
It only sucks because if you're not used to it, if you're not embracing the authenticity of real food.
If you're a sugarhead like I was, I mean, like a lot of us are.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's understandable. So some of the nutrients in life just aren't appealing to certain generations or certain people. We might not understand it, but sugar, damn near everybody understands. So that's what we kind of meant, like as far as sugar over nutrients.
Especially in our culture.
Go ahead, elaborate.
Especially on our culture, how we got the poppy store and we got all of that. The corner stores is right there. It's easy for the kids to leave school and they getting the Takis, they getting the now laters, they getting the fishies and all that. But then when I started working, I work with students. When I started working in the schools, I realized, like especially traveling to the suburbs, they eat a lot differently than our kids in the urban neighborhoods. So, I mean, like that just tells you a lot right there. It's the system is set up for us to fail. And that's just, we worried about the wrong
metaphors,
things.
But that is a literal example right there because it's physically, mentally, we just keep falling for the sugar.
Yeah.
It's just right there in abundance.
It's right there. That's what we used to.
And we had I wanted to bring it back to UZ because we both watched this interview. Shout out to Kyrie of FN. Shout out to Lido. He had an interview with Lido. And Kyrie of FN was pretty much explaining a lot of the sugars that he fell for. And then he was explaining some of the nutrients he learned later in life that kind of got him on track. And I know you were a big fan of his interview, so I just wanted you to touch on a few things that he was saying.
I mean, like,
you felt.
I just felt like a lot that he talked about as far as his growing up, and him in and out of jail and stuff like that, and people like clothes was like a big thing, and stuff like that. So it's just that I thought that was in our community as far as what we wear on our outside appearance, is really a significant thing to us, you know, rather than the eternal stuff. And I feel like we go for that's the sugar. I feel like we go for the outside stuff, the things that give us temporary satisfaction, like sugar. That's temporary, but when it all settles in, then what?
You spent
We
all your bread on some
suicidal,
Gucci.
Right.
we depressed, we
Don't do
got
nothing
all
for
types
you.
of stuff going on. It's not beneficial to us. You know what I mean? So
Now,
yeah.
This it kind of ties in too when you think about recently there was a news report about, and I seen a video too on what's that, John, World Star. It was a pastor in the church during a sermon. You know, he talking, he preaching a good word. You know what I mean? And some Goonie goons run up in the church, end up robbing them for like 400 grand worth of shit. It's like 400 grand worth of jewelry. Matter of fact, it wasn't just money, wasn't phones, it was jewelry. He came up in the church and robbed them for it. And you know, the fact it was $400,000 worth of jewelry up in church in the first place.
Facts. That's,
It's
what
one-
that's the first thing I'm thinking.
Right.
I don't even want to touch on that just yet because that'll take us somewhere completely different. But
Okay.
like, you know what I mean? Come on.
Yeah.
That's us, right?
But then outside of that, that shows you the sugar. Like these young boys running up in the church trying to take $400,000 worth of jewelry. They knew something was in the church of value. You know what I mean? Why is it that they felt as though they needed to go into church to get the value of this jewelry, right? Because the way I was thinking about it when I heard the story, I'm like, damn, like that's a crazy lick. And one spot, you already know ain't nothing there that's going to threaten you. They just ran in, ran out, boom. You know, for all we know, they ain't got no religion. They might have been Muslim. They might have been Christian too. You know, whatever their faith was didn't matter at the moment. It was just what they were gonna get out of that situation. And I'm just like, they could have got a lot more than the sugar from that situation. If they walked in that church, head up, chin up, as men, respectfully, they could find out how them people in the church got that $400,000 worth of jewelry. Because if it's $400,000 worth of jewelry, imagine other assets they got.
Facts.
Imagine how much else that pastor could have taught you for you to gain that knowledge to get that type of jewelry on the side. Like ain't nobody main investment jewelry. Nobody. No, at least nobody I know. You go
Only
out,
jewelers.
You out buying Cuban links or whatever, and that's just the last bit of money you got. You know, you in a small population of people. That's not normal. That's not average. So, yeah, they was out hunting for the sugar. That's all I seen.
Pastor had a lot of sugar on it.
Yeah. What up? It's your boy Floyd. And look, I'm coming with y'all 360 Photo Booth Philly. We just did something crazy on Saturday at Yams Jam. I mean, it was bananas. Look, I personally wasn't there, but I seen the footage and it was phenomenal. You know, I got my yams drip on right now. But look, y'all make sure y'all holler at me for them 360 Photo Booth videos, man. I'm telling you, 360 Photo Booth Philly, best in the county, best in Philly. Get at us. Word.
I mean, that is true, though. I like what you said about if they would have had a different approach, then maybe they would have learned the nutrients. Nutrients, yes, they do take longer. Might not be as satisfying, but in the long run, that's what's going to help you the most.
Mm-hmm.
And back to Kyrie, man, I'm glad that it's like he kind of explained how he learned the nutrients while being booked. And like he realized, damn, man, I don't want to get strict and searched every time I want to go visit my family, every time I got to have a visit. Like, and it's different things you got to go through. But at the end of the day, he realized the nutrients was hard work, dedication,
Facts.
commitment to your craft, education. Like he realized a lot of that, and the sugar he was falling for was the quick money, the quick flip here and there. I mean, these are his words, not mine. I mean, but it's just like the quick flip. It was addictive, and just like sugar, you get something that tastes good. Shit, I want more. I want some more soda, and I don't know. It's hard not to be preachy about it. It's hard to keep telling kids to eat your veggies, but learning through examples. Hopefully, some of them start to learn more.
And you know what else? It might feel like you sound preachy, but in our reality, we already got so many different influences that aren't preachy. why every time we talk about what you should do, it gotta be you feel like you preaching, or you telling people to do something they already know. You already know to go sell drugs. You already know to go and spend money on bullshit, but you still go do it, right? People still talk about it, and we don't get down on them. We don't make them feel like they shouldn't be talking about it that much. Why you still talking about selling drugs? Why you still talking about killing people? Like, come on. We don't, and that's the thing. In society, we get so caught up with like again, is back to the sugar. It's fun, it's trendy. Oh wow, like this is what's going on. You got people glorifying having the murder rate the highest in their city.
Right,
you know where I'm
right,
from?
right.
You know what our murder rate is? Like, bro, you're not even killing nobody, and you preaching that's what y'all do. That's not cool.
Yeah, I heard niggas dying over dessert.
Facts.
Too much sugar, dying over dessert, man.
And not even just like adults that are dying, and it's just kids. You know what I mean? Kids are also like affected by it, and it's odd to me that we won't really like take that seriously. You know what I mean? It's kids out here really committing suicide. This woman named Sheeta, she's a author to Little Brown Girl's book. I got to figure out the name of it. That's not the name of the book at all, but. She's a book author, and her name is Sheeta, and she expressed how many little girls in New York City committed suicide, and within a year. And she sent me all these articles, and I was shocked. And it's stuff that we're really not hearing about, and it continues. This is a real deal thing, and especially me being in the schools, I actually see students going back and forth. Arguing about who got this on and who got that on, and this really affects kids. And this is stuff that they're learning from somewhere. They getting it from you.
And look,
you fix that.
Speaking on kids and the sugar over the nutrients, like when you really think about it, how many people do we all personally know? You know, including our production team. How many do we personally know that actually died because they didn't have any food, anything to eat?
Like diet starvation?
Who do we know that's happened to? Nah. You know? And we don't know nobody dying over starvation, but we know people that die over sneakers, bags, book bags, cars, all of this materialism, you know, in this society, this capitalistic society, because all of that is people that just made it to the top really quick, selling whatever product they had. And now it's got you thinking you got to have it to prove to the people next to you you're worth something. You got value. Like, what is that?
I mean, I hear what we saying, and it's just like the one thing that I did realize, and it'll go back to both physically and metaphorically. It's like once you consume so much, once you gotten used to a certain lifestyle, it's hard to revert. How many out of shape people you know itching to get in shape? You can tell them obesity is bad. You can tell them that they're putting themselves at risk. But at the same time, once you're used to a certain way of life, it's hard to revert or go back or correct.
Very true.
And with us about this real information, just about the little black girls, is like, how do we push knowledge over entertainment? Because right now, it's easy to recite a rap song. It's easy to know what certain celebrities are in a relationship or going through things. They talking about the Migos broke up and this and that. But how much real information with substance that's going to help us is out there? Or why is it not being pushed? What can we do to change that?
Well, it is. It's just we got. I feel like it is being put. We got people like Jason Wilson. He made the book Battle Cry, and he is doing great things, especially for the youth. Everybody should check him out. Check his Instagram out. Check his website out. He does a phenomenal job. But we just have to reinforce these type of things, like talks like we having right now. People don't take it seriously. People don't really like. They like, this ain't no big deal. This is important. We rather talk about stuff that don't really matter, rather the stuff that's not fulfilling to the soul, because we're not connected. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like in this day and age, I feel like this generation, it's real popular to be authentic, and that's what's on top of the line now, being real. I mean, so the more we keep pushing this type of topics and, you know, keep this thing going, education for the soul, it's gonna be all right. We got stuff like this flowing. So I feel like it definitely the generation is definitely gonna get better. As more as we keep having talks like this and being aware of this, you know, the unreal stuff that we have trending, you know what I mean? Like designer clothes, outside appearances, and why that matters so much, like to push to have people worry about what we're doing. Like, why we worried about what other people are thinking of us? You know what I'm saying? So much that we're not investing. We're not worried about credit. We're not worried about real stuff that the eternal work that we have to do for our homes, for our children, to make sure they're eating the right foods, to make sure they have a roof over top of their heads that's stable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like there's definitely a lot of willful ignorance going around
Right.
now, just used to a certain lifestyle. There is information out there. I like what you said about authenticity being like at the top right now, and it is. But I think people's perception of reality is warped just because of what we see so much in entertainment, and it's like we believe that somebody really just woke up and wrote the hottest track and that they rich. We don't believe the hardship that they went through and that they might actually not be rich. They might just got more money than you. People are striving to obtain something that isn't a reality. And I feel like that's a huge sugar rush that we fucking go through right now.
That's real.
Yeah, it's a huge sugar rush. And I don't know, like you said, hopefully shows like this give people enough. I'm not going to fill it up, but we can give them a little bit of nutrition and just hopefully help them want to seek more of it.
That's
Right.
the goal. And then also, again, thinking about the society we live in. You know, we live in a capitalistic society. So being in a capitalistic society, a lot of things that we do are based on what we see going on around us and the accomplishments people are having. And, you know, I got a mini mansion. Okay, you got a mini mansion. Well, he got a bigger mansion. You know, I mean,
His mansion got a pool.
right, and he got a mansion and a building downtown.
Yeah.
I mean, like everybody's trying to reach a peak that they see somebody else reach, and now they want that too. You know, and I don't know. I personally, I don't feel that drive that I need to have what everybody else have around me. But it seems like something that happens repetitively, you know, throughout society. Like it's just we get stuck on trying to get that next gain, that next burst of dopamine because we were able to accomplish something that we saw somebody else do.
So do you think capitalism ties into that, into our thirst for sugar?
Absolutely.
Capitalism kind of ruined the humanity of us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the humanity of this is a big thing because, you know, again, I just talked about somebody robbing a church. Like there was kids in there, it was women in there, you know, it was the elders or eldermen, elder women, a lot of people that were defenseless in that building because you wanted jewelry. You know what I mean? So there was no other way for you to eat in the United States of America. I don't know, nobody's starving to death. There was no other way for you to survive in your life without ripping out a piece of your soul to go steal within a church.
All right, listen. You're absolutely right on that. The one thing I'm going to rebuttal is, did you see the pastor?
Yeah.
My man was drippy.
Okay.
Dripped out in Gucci, dripped out in the finest of golds and
He
diamonds.
didn't have Gucci on though.
Yes, he did. He had
He
a
had
Gucci
Gucci.
hoodie on. Yes, he did. That joint was
Gucci
fire.
don't even like black people.
I mean, listen, he liked it. But it's just like, I don't know. Like I said, that pastor had a lot of
He
sugar
had
on
Gucci
him. So it's just
on.
like, it goes around.
Oh,
I mean,
man, I gotta see this.
you
is
got to be
crazy.
preaching them nutrients, not showing up in all that sugar, just attracting
You know,
the wrong
that,
attention.
like I said,
attracting
that
the
part
bees.
of it is a different story.
Yeah,
you know?
facts,
But
big story.
I also know some pastors that's putting a lot of knowledge into the community about how to get the bag. You know, I'm telling you, right here in Philly, got pastors out here trying to show people how to get their credit right. They got people, pastors showing you how to get your LLCs on your business.
That's love.
You know, come up to them, talk to them. They'll tell you what they did to get to where they at. And they, you know, they might buy their drip, but at the same time, they making so much, like, so way more money doing other things. They could really shut down the church and just be making bread. They could really do that. but clearly this is something that they have a passion for as well. You know, so am I going to give away my passion? Like me personally, I even before I started my businesses, I was like, damn, like I really prayed. Like, I don't pray too often and ask. I pray and think. I don't pray and ask because I be feeling like a user. That's how I am just with people in general.
Yeah,
Like, I don't like asking, but I'm thankful as hell if I get something from you. So like I prayed. I was like, look, God, it's like I really want to teach, but I know it ain't much money in teaching. And I was like, if you could just find a way for me to make enough money not to have to teach, so I could really teach. I don't gotta teach to survive. I'm teaching because I want to teach. You know, and I'm gonna do my thing. Like I'm gonna go hard. And God been on my back ever since. You know what I'm saying? And I don't, you know, whether you believe in all of the forces at work, whether it's me just driving, manifest destiny, having my mind on a goal and making it happen. You know, whatever your belief is, but my belief is I asked for it and it was provided. So I ain't got nothing else to do but be thankful. You know?
No, I
Facts
agree.
right there.
I agree 100%. Yes.
Listen, that's gonna do it for this week of Education for the Soul. Shields.
Flower Child.
And Floyd.
We're gonna catch y'all on the next episode. Please tune in. Let us know what you think in the comment section. Get with us.